Winning this year's presidential election for Donald Trump is not just about getting the power of the White House to go after your enemies, both political and legal and just downright people you hate. Of course, that is, one of the big reasons Trump wants to be president again. But let's be real here. The main reason Donald Trump wants to be president of the United States again is to make all of his legal problems go away. Because if he loses in November, all of his legal problems, including the case that Judge Eileen Cannon threw out, all of it comes back. And all of it means that the rest of Donald Trump's life is going to be litigation hell. And by the way, that's not just coming from me. That's actually the opinion of former federal prosecutor and NBC legal analyst Glenn Kirschner, who said as much on the Dean Obadal show this week. And I loved this quote so much. I loved Kirchner's analysis of all of this so much that I had to talk about it. Here's what Kirchner said on the program. As long as Donald Trump loses the election, then Donald Trump will spend the rest of his miserable life in court being prosecuted and ultimately serving prison terms one after the other. So our job is to get to the polls in numbers too big to rig and too real to steal, and then everything else will sort itself out. Now, I don't know if I agree with him that Trump will be in prison, but I do agree that for the rest of his existence, it will be a litigious nightmare. Because Donald Trump wants back in that White House so he can pardon himself and make all the problems go away. And of course, along with that, also comes the added benefit of being president of the United States again. So suddenly all of his little resorts start seeing more businesses, puts more money in his pocket. But if he is a loser, a convicted felon loser, facing criminal trials here, there, and everywhere, his business is going to continue to tank. His brand will be absolutely destroyed. And he will not have any time to enjoy anything for the rest of his life because, as Kirchner points out, he's going to be in and out of courts constantly. Whether it's with lawsuits he himself has filed, lawsuits that have been filed against him because he is still a defendant in several civil lawsuits, let's not forget that. And then, of course, the actual prosecutions, upon which we may add more based on what's happening in Arizona right now with that fake elector investigation. They already wanted to indict him. It's just believe now they're waiting to get a few more people to flip before they do that. Georgia case not going away. The documents case will be coming back. And those are things that Donald Trump is going to have to deal with for years to come unless he wins the White House in November. So this election is about the rest of Trump's life. Is he going to go down the path of power and prosperity? Or is he going to go down the path where the rest of his life is just a miserable hell? It's up to the voters to decide. So choose wisely, because you're not just choosing the future of the country, you're choosing what Donald Trump's personal future is going to look like. America's Lawyer has launched its own YouTube channel. Now, this channel, of course, is still in its early phases of development, but you can help grow it by subscribing. Just go to youtube.com/TheAmericasLawyer, and you'll get all of the great content from Mike Papantonio and myself that we produce every single week.